Money, money, money must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, money, money.
What could I do if I had a little more money?
Rich man's world.
You want to make a lot of money? Let's make this clear. So let's see what we can learn from Ozana. The floor is yours.
Money, 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 money! So it's a money talk. Money. Just say money.
Money.
Money. Money. Money. That's how you said it. It's scaring me. You're here to make a business, right? To improve your businesses, to grow your businesses, no? To make more businesses? Yes or no?
Yes.
So part of being an entrepreneur is to make money. Yes, to make an impact. Yes, to help others. Yes, to express yourself through the business, and also to make money. Because if you don't have money, you can't grow your business. Is that true?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about money? Money in a rich man's world. So this talk about money is a new perspective. And it's about money in the energetic world, in the universe world. And it's about making money from alignment and not from hustle. Ah, that would be nice, right? So who would like to make more money from alignment and not hustle? Put your hand up if that's you. Almost everyone. Okay, so what if money was not the goal in life, let alone business? And we will answer this question. Do you want to look at money in a different way?
Yes.
Yes, no? Who wants to make a lot of money? Put your hand up. Some, more than half. Who wants to make a lot of money and is ashamed to admit it? Thank you. Who wants to make a lot more money and is scared about it?
I see.
How would you like by the end of this presentation to realize that this fear of having a lot of money is holding you back from having even a little bit more money? And how would you like by the end of the presentation to know that this fear can go in like a few minutes? That is possible. And I was there too. So I want to ask you, why do you want more money? And that's an open question. And I'm expecting you to tell me. Okay. Better life? Okay, better life, travel, what else? Why do you want more money? So you want more money to give to others?
Yes.
And they can't do themselves. Who else? Why do you want more money? You don't, I know. Why do you want? Because you don't want to grow your business. That's simple. So you realize that you want more money and you realize you can make more money. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, I have another question for you. What does money give you?
Freedom.
Freedom. Okay, what else? Confidence. Okay, what else?
Choice.
Choice. What else? Holidays. What else?
Certainty.
Certainty. What else?
Freedom.
Okay, so freedom is number one. Now, let's go back to COVID, pandemic. And travel is number two. Imagine you had $1 million in the bank account and you have 5 holidays booked. How much of the holidays could you make? 0. How much of the money in your bank account could be spent on going out, traveling, meeting people, enjoying life?
Zero.
So how much freedom did the $1 million in your bank account give you?
0.
So how is it possible? How is it possible that money, we want money for freedom, and money doesn't give us freedom? Do you get it so far? What are you starting to think about? Investing in ourselves? Oh, so you're thinking back then during COVID that it made sense to invest. Could be something else, exactly. So it could be anything that is happening which is preventing you from do what you want to do, even though you had money in the bank account. Let's not talk about a lot of the banks already went going bust, and the money in the bank account of those people went with it. That's happened in Cyprus and in many other countries. So then, my question to you, is money really the goal? It's not.
Not really.
It's not. Okay. Money is the result.
Yeah,
Money is the result of what? Okay, so money is the result of the brain machine.
Of your programming.
money is.
Oh, now we are getting into something else. Programming or the brain? Okay, so it's about the programs that are in your brain. Money is a reflection of something. So money is a problem as long as we don't recognize that it's a reflection of something that is inside us. Do you agree with me so far?
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. So I would ask you please to put your hand up, and this hand, this is your right, my left, represents the amount of hard work and effort that you put into making money. Put it wherever. Okay, you can stand up. So wherever you feel like, if you're not making much effort and if you put more, if you're super busy and working so hard, you put it up here and hold it.
A lot of effort, not enough money.
Hold it. Yeah, everyone like this. Everyone, yeah? Okay. Now, the other hand, you put it based on the money you get. So hold your hands and look in the room, please. Everyone is the same. Thank you very much. So you're not alone that you put so much effort into your business and not get as much out of it. The harder I work, the more money I have. It's not only in Bulgaria, it's here as well. It's around the world. Okay, so that's not true, right? How about the more I know, the more money I have?
That's better.
That's better. But if we do this, we will get to the same thing. Do you agree? So, the better my product, the more money I have. So it's not equal on all of them. Then why do we work so hard? Why do we want to know more? Why do we develop our product? And then you'll go, nah, it's about market. Oops, what am I doing here? It's about marketing. It's about selling. It's about efficiency, AI, etc. Am I getting somewhere with this? Do you agree that we're moving away from this into something else? Yes? And we're moving into this. And you learn marketing, selling. But what does it mean to do marketing and selling? And to build systems to be efficient and to do AI? It means more work, more things that you need to know, and develop your product better. Are we in the loop here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
I like that.
So, do you want to get out of this loop?
Yeah.
That's today's topic. Getting out of this loop. I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying don't do marketing. I'm not saying don't learn different things. But what I am saying is that money doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. What does it mean? It's not like you pump up in the gym and you have more energy. So your energy is coded with invisible programs called soul imprints. Now, what Tinka said earlier is that we feed our brain with programs. However, we are like a computer. And what does the computer have? The hardware, which is the body.
The software.
Okay, the software. But where are the programs installed? Inside what?
In our brains.
In here we have an operating system which is built into the computer. Okay? And we install the programs on top of the operating system. Make sense? It's the same with us. We come in this world, in this life, with some soul imprints. The operating system is in us when we are born. And then on top of that, we get the programs that come into the conscious mind or subconscious mind. But what happens if we only work at the program level? The operating system has viruses, and the viruses will be there forever. And the viruses will always make you work hard with little efforts. So what happens when you have a virus in the in your computer? But before you get the antivirus program,
You need to clean.
what happens with the computer? Can you use it?
Stop working. Yeah.
It stops working or it messes up.
Yeah.
That's how the soul imprints do to our lives. They mess up. So did everyone get it that the human body has an operating system, which is the soul imprints, and then the programs come on top, and then the knowledge comes on top, which is like the files on the computer. So how important is the knowledge if you have a virus in the computer, in the operating system? So until the virus gets removed, there is only one way: work hard. And results like this. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So who's got it? Put your hand up if you got this piece. So you're in the loop because of these programs. And now we're going back to this one. Basically, these soul imprints are running your life and your business and your pricing strategy and your desires and wishes and you being stuck and not wanting to grow the business and you're not wanting to go for your dream and make much more that you know you can. And. So I did not know any of this. And I was exactly where you were. I worked really, really hard because that's what my mom told me, because this is what the society taught me. So I'm from Romania. I came here. I did an MBA. Bless you. And then I eventually launched a business in Silicon Valley. Tooliers, a platform with business growth tools. I wrote a book, which then became bestseller, which then became 7 books, which you find there. Now I wrote another one. And my whole life was just work, work, work. And I had big dreams, big ambitions. I represented Tony Robbins for Romanians. I was the only one that brought Robert Kiyosaki in Romania, and the only Romanian speaking on the Wealth Masters stage with Robert Kiyosaki. The only woman and the only Romanian. We had 1,000 people in the room. Fantastic. And after that event, that was in 2018. I did a lot of stuff before, but just that particular one, I remember, we were on the way. We were like, whoa, we brought Robert Kiyosaki in Romania, me and my team, my company. I had about 10 employees at the time. Everyone was buzzing about the event. We were sold out. We had people that wanted to come in the room and we had no tickets to sell. And everyone applauded my presentation. It was really amazing. What do you think happened after that? It's as if I like complete emptiness. All the clients that we were working with said, oh yeah, we'll put projects on hold. They didn't want to talk to us. They were not answering the phones. I was like, what the fuck? we did such an amazing event and then nothing afterwards. And that was not the first time. The first time that I went down was in 2008 with the crisis, was the property crash, and banks were not lending, and I was doing corporate finance. I was doing big projects, raising finance, developing projects, and banks stopped, so then my business stopped. And then I had to let go my whole team. Then I rebuild again for this, up to this event. And after that event, my business was like just struggling, only surviving. January 2019, which was like a year a bit later, I separated from my partner. The relationship was bad. Yeah, I didn't tell you all about, but I was voted, when I launched the business, I was voted top 100 in Silicon Valley for women in tech. I don't know anything about tech, but I built a platform with tech. And then I was given awards and all sorts of things. And I still teach, by the way, and I mentor at Base Business School, which is where I did my MBA, and also in Silicon Valley Founder Institute. So what I learned but I didn't learn it at the time. I had to struggle more to finally understand and accept that money doesn't change when you do more. It changes when you change. People were telling me left, right, center, be the change you want to be in the world. Like, oh fuck, I'm working hard, what else? I did not understand what that meant. So the moment of truth started when I lost my relationship. So I was a single mother in London, my business was nowhere, I had no savings, no money coming in, I could not get a job because I was an entrepreneur since 2003. I was not employable and I didn't know how to be as an employee. And split up from the partner. He was going and sleeping 4 or 5 nights somewhere else, and he was giving other women what I wanted to give me. I was absolutely devastated. I was crying every day, and I was with the kids, 8-9-year-old Sebastian at the time, and wondering what to do. So thinking, okay, do I stay in London? Do I go back to Romania? Because at least in Romania I have a flat which I can use, free accommodation. I wasn't looking for anything in London to rent because I had no money. I could not get into any contract with anyone to rent a place. My former partner was like, come on, do something, because I don't want to support you. I don't want to be with you anymore. And I reached out to 2 of my clients. I worked with about 60,000 entrepreneurs during my business growth era or period. And 2 of these people, I could feel there was something different with them. I had no idea what it was, but I was attracted to these 2 ladies. And I did all the programs with one lady, and then the other one became my mentor and then became my business partner, and we developed 50 programs together. And that's how I entered into the world of energy, frequencies, universe, create from who you are, your inner power. All those things were like nothing to me before. I did not understand them. And I thought they were only for lunatics. I thought they were only for people that have no brain. But I had the brain. I achieved something. I got an MBA. I worked in investment banking. I worked in venture capital. I raised 180 million for different projects. So I could do something with my brain. And those people that talk boo-hoo-hoo, they are in the sky. They are not here, grounded. So I rejected all that thing until I had no choice. Until my life was in a complete mess. And then I went to this lady, was in my mentorship program for 6 months, and 4 months into the program, she paid a big amount of money. 4 months into the program, she called me and she said, Ozana, I can't come to your program anymore because my husband died. And they were coming together to the workshops, they were doing the business together, working together, they had a wonderful relationship. And I said to her, so what happened? How did you manage within 2 months? Because then she called me 2 months later, she called me smiling and happy, and she said, I'm done. I'm ready to rock and roll. And those 2 months, she increased the business by 50% in only 2 months. So I was like, how did you manage in 2 months? And she gave me few simple exercises to do. I did them, and I realized that within a week I managed to stop crying and not bother by what he was doing, where he was going. And then I managed to put myself back on my feet. That summer was the best summer ever for me. I went back to Romania and I partied in Vama Veche, close to Bulgaria, until 8 o'clock in the morning. So that was January 2019 when we separated. At some point, I took Sebastian, that's my son Sebastian, I took Sebastian to school on a different route, but I was already doing these things that my mentors were telling me to do, which I did not understand, by the way. And I saw this house, and it was for sale. So I said, you know what, let me call the agents. So I called the agents. They came with 3 brochures. They showed me this house. They showed me another one, and I said, no, it was smaller and not a big garden. And then they wanted to show me the 3rd, and I said, I'm not interested in the 3rd, I'm buying this. Remember, I had no money in the bank account, no income, and no perspective of getting anything. And that was in June, I put the offer for the house. In December, I got the keys, and I became financially free. That's the house now, after I did a little bit of work on it. That's the car that I bought with my partner in 2003. And that's how the new office looks, which I built at the back of the garden. And that's where I do my workshops, and that's where I see my clients now. That's my partner, which I met a year later, after I decided that I want to have a relationship here and settle down here, and I had like tons of criteria on my list for the partner. Everyone said, you're mad, this man doesn't exist. And he fulfilled all of them but 2, and now he fulfills those 2 as well. I even had him as part-time semi-retired consultant or lawyer. That was on my list. Because in my head,
Oh, you had a list?
I had a list with criteria, and that was on my list. Because that, in me, that said, okay, so he's smart, he's educated, he's capable with his mind, and he's achieved something, and he's got some money. Because consultants and lawyers do something. But semi-retired because I wanted to still do some work so that he has a purpose and a mission and does something, not just watches TV at home. And semi-retired because he has some time that we spend together. So it was all that thing happening in my head. Like the list was like very, very clear with loads of criteria. So basically the list I created based on all my relationships that I could remember of. I took every single one and I said, okay, I like this from this person, I don't like this. So he does all those things and more. He's much better than I ever thought a man could be. The reason why is because I worked on myself, and I said, it's not just the money that you have based on your energy, but it's everything in life. And I increased my level of energy, my vibration, to meet his. If I stayed where I was, I would not like him, and he would not like me. I raised my vibration, and I became a match for him. We met within a week of me coming back to London after Romania, when I decided I want a stable relationship here, and we've been together ever since. And that's my son now, that little guy you saw there. He plays golf, as you can see. He loves playing golf, and he wants to be a professional. That was last week in the half term. He had 3 competitions. He was like, okay, he likes playing and he's good at playing, but he was winning some, losing some. He wasn't stable, and he could recognize a pattern, and I'm happy that he recognized that he would play halfway through perfect, and then he will switch and make mistakes and throw the ball everywhere. Or the other way around. He would start throwing the ball everywhere, and then he would switch into playing very good. So he wasn't consistent, but it was this pattern of half and half. So his father knew what I do, because I am now a psychic, besides business mentor. And I can connect to the energy of the person, and I can identify the roots, which are soul imprints, and I can transform those soul imprints, and then the things change. I did a session with him a year ago or 2 years ago, because he had money and he could not keep the money. No matter how much money he had in his Revolut account, he would spend it. He had this urge of spending money non-stop. And I said, come on, Sebastian, well, can you not just save something? No, I can't. Well, let's do a session. And after that session, he managed to keep money and save money and invest, and now he's good with that. So he knows it works, but he didn't want to do it. Because he had these 2 competitions, it was this one, Middlesex, and another one. And he messed up on Monday, competition. He's like, oh, okay, fine, let's do a session. And then those 2 he played very well consistently, and he came 18 on this one out of 12,000, which is amazing for him.
That's a great result.
Yes, because he switched that one soul imprint, which, you know what it was? I am scared of being bored, so I have to mess up so that I don't get bored. We are not talking about the beliefs that you read in the books and everyone talks about. It's some roots. And his root was like, I am scared of being bored. I do whatever it takes to not get bored. And guess what? That's not just for the kids. I see it in people, when adults in sessions. Some people have these things. Some people create challenges and obstacles in life because they want to resolve, so they prove that they have value and they resolve, or they create challenges and problems because they're afraid of being bored. Guess what? One of my imprints, I took pleasure from conflicts. My whole life I was creating conflicts. I was arguing, fighting, just for the sake of fighting. Even when I was not there, I was still creating the conflict. Because my thing was pleasure from conflicts. One of my soul imprints. And they're buggers. They mess up with your life. And no matter what you do, you still end up in the loop. Because of my journey, we created more than 50 programs, as I said. We created them in the pandemic with my business mentor. So the soul imprints come from the ancestors, from your previous lifetimes. Some people believe, some people don't believe in previous lifetimes, but the soul is eternal. And the soul, a little bit of the soul incarnates into this lifetime. Yeah, karma is one type of soul imprint. By the way, and all of those, the programs we created in pandemic, and we filled all of them with 0 marketing spend. 0. Because we attracted the people. We did not chase them. They came to us based on our frequency. And we went with the frequency there where we attracted the people. So again, soul imprints, examples. It's more than this, but you have a few of here. I can't have X and Y. Now think about your life. And what are the X and Y in your lives? For me, it was love and money. When I was doing well with money, with the business, I would get somebody in, like a partner, and then the business would start to shake. Then I would finish the relationship, and then the money starts to come. That was my whole life. I made 100,000 in a day, euros, 200,000 euros in a day. I lost 350,000 in a day. I made it when I was alone. I lost it when I was in a relationship. So if you think about it, what are your X and Y? Based on your life, based on what you're living. Maybe you can't have money and freedom. Maybe you could, and that's a big one for businesses, by the way. And it sounds funny. We create the businesses to have money and to have freedom. And then we get stuck with the freedom because guess what? You bring more clients, you get more money, but you have less time because you have to serve the clients. So you achieve the opposite of what you want because of these imprints. Yeah? So who recognizes this in your lives? Only 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay. I give you another example of these two. My highest value is freedom. That's why I became an entrepreneur, and I basically don't care about the rules. I don't care about anything and anyone, because I want to decide, and I want to have the freedom to decide and to do what I want. At the same time, with the money, I was chasing power. I wanted to have more power, subconsciously. I did not realize that I wanted to have power. But being in front of 1,000 people and achieving to get them to stand up twice in a presentation to applaud gave me like the confirmation, wow, I got the power. But the imprint was, I can't have the power and love at the same time. And guess what? Love is power. And from your love, you have the power to create your life purpose. If you have those two dissociated, which is what I did, it was only about hard work. I could not get a nice steady growth in my business. It had to go like this. So another one, everything has a cost. Who recognizes this? Everybody? Yeah. Okay, how do you look at this? Tell me how this shows in your life. So, less time with the family for more money, another cost. Less time for yourself for more money. What else?
Sometimes.
Stress for more money. How about you stay focused on your business, you create whatever, you do whatever is required in business, and organizing the work in such a way that you have time for both is possible.
It is, yeah.
It's possible either with a lot of work to organize your work or by changing this imprint.
Yeah.
And then when you change this imprint, it's this instead of this. You have both.
Yeah, the balance. It's
Balance. It's the balance.
the balance.
It's the balance. But we are not trained to be in balance. Every single one of us pulls in something in one direction. Excess in food, you can see. You can find the balance with somebody else asking you questions and working at brain level. But when you work at brain level, you only work with the programs in your conscious mind. There are people that work with the programs at subconscious mind, like NLP, hypnotherapist, but it's still not dealing with the operating system, the soul imprints. The soul imprints cannot be resolved with the mind. And that's the challenge that everyone has. Everyone wants to understand with the mind the soul imprints. It's impossible because they are not in the mind. And that's exactly what keeps you in the loop, because you keep looking for solutions only with the mind, but the solutions are in the soul. The only way to get out of the loop is in the soul. It's changing in the soul, and it's very quick and easy when you decide to do it. So another one, hustle for money. Hard work, prioritize, fight for it, go for it, just put all the energy and actions into something that creates something to generate money. Do more than one thing. So instead of relaxing, you go back in the night and you still type an email. Yeah, that's hustle.
Yeah.
Unless you enjoy, unless you relax by typing that email, and that's fine. But if it's like, oh, no, I have to finish this. Oh, I haven't done this and this and this. Oh, and if I didn't do this, and then that's hustle. Not enough. How does not enough come for you? What do you not have enough? You don't have enough free time. Remember that the money, effort, and the thing is here, so you don't have the money if it was so high up, the effort versus the money. Be honest with yourself. So not enough money. What do you not have enough? Time.
Yes.
Time.
Time.
Time. What else? Give me something else. Money. Money. What about love, guys, ladies. Who doesn't have enough love? Come on, be honest. Who doesn't have enough love? Only one person in the room. Okay, you know what? Who doesn't have enough love and is ashamed to admit it? Okay, who doesn't have enough love and is lying? So you're all having enough love. I don't believe you. What else are you lying in your life about?
How do you find if you have enough?
Do you feel loved? So do you feel you have enough love in your life? It's everything, because everyone has their own way. Maybe for you it's spending enough time. For somebody else is holding the hand. For somebody else is looking in the eyes. For somebody else is giving presents. For somebody else is saying, "Oh, I love you" every day. For somebody else is just giving hugs and feeling that those hugs are sincere and he wants to give you the hugs. Whatever it is, I don't know.
I'm happy with the love that I give to myself every day. And
Okay,
I feel enough.
you feel enough with the love. Okay,
Because
well done.
usually-
Okay, because you look into inner
Yeah.
self. Okay, because everything comes from within, right?
If I
So
feel enough
everything,
with myself,
then
I will be happy to have someone next to me, but that will be extra.
extra. Okay, that's where we want to get
In
to.
the bank account.
That's where we want to get to.
Yeah.
Right? To feel
That's why I
to
feel
fill ourselves with everything. But we also fill ourselves with time. I have time. I have plenty of time.
Yes.
Every day.
Working with this time now.
Now look at the world. Do we believe we have enough resources in the world? Do we believe that if someone buys from somebody, don't buy from us? Do we believe that if someone goes and gets advice or whatever that we offer, we won't have that sale? That they can't get from that one and from us? Do we have enough space? Enough space for us to grow, enough space for growing our children, enough space at home? Do we have enough horsepowers at the car? Do we have enough clothes? Do we have enough shoes? Do we have enough of peace? Do we have enough peace? So everyone has something that is not enough. Do you see how not enough works now?
Yeah.
So that's also an imprint, not enough. Don't deserve. I don't deserve more love. That's more you.
More
It. Okay.
what we can talk about.
It's different. Everyone is different. I don't deserve more love. I don't deserve to have a dream. I don't deserve to have a bigger business. I don't deserve whatever. So do you get this one?
Yeah.
Who gets this one? They are related. Yeah. So these are soul imprints that everyone has, and they are related. And they create stuff that we don't want. Now, the keys to your happiness, your fulfillment, your freedom, your whatever it is that you want, are in your soul. And that's what I do. I help you find them and turn them, so you get whatever it is that you want more of. I do a session soon. It's going to be next week. A special session which is about clarity, which is about understanding more, because everyone is on the journey. Everyone, how many courses have you done so far? Millions. Who's done more than 5? Okay, more than 10?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So everyone has learned certain things and has done certain things and has understood certain things. But there is a path. There is a path towards ease, towards life with ease, and towards what you want. And all those courses brought you where you are right now. But what you need to understand is where you are in this journey, and where you are and how the way you're thinking is blocking you from going to the next level. Because you're searching where you are. And what you need to search is something else. Because if you already search something else, you would have gone for something else and you would have been at the next level. But because you don't know what to look for, You only look for what you know, and you still stay stuck at one level. So this masterclass shows you where, well, gives you the whole spectrum, and you will have clarity on where you are and what specifically stops you. The way you think, the way you feel, what you act, what tools you use, and what to do to go to the next level. And I do this online. I do it for a group of ladies that I have been working with for a while in English. It's my first ever paid session in English that I do online. And I do it with donation. So if you want to come, it's going to be, you find it here on BUB Free website, or you can scan this QR code. And you can sign up. You can take a picture, or you do it now. It's recorded as well. It's no point me saying, come to me and I will save you, because I won't. But I can identify the soul imprints and I can change them. But it's no point me inviting you for that straight away, unless you understand where you are. Because instead of me explaining to you where you are, it's better, it's much more efficient that you come to this. You understand when you are, you can already start shifting. And then if you want to work with me further, then it's a much better level to start from. That's why I invite you on this one, because it just gives you much more clarity. If you don't know where you are, it's very hard to get out of there. And if you can't make it on that day, you can get the recording anyway, and you can watch it in your own time. My vision of the world is that every person is in their rightful place, not in somebody else's place, which is what most of us try to do. Okay? My vision of the world is that everyone is fulfilled and aware of their own life, not trying to live somebody else's life or the life that others impose on us. We are unique. And now it's all about being yourself, being free, being authentic, and creating the life that makes sense for you. It's no point wanting a yacht if your soul says, no, in this lifetime you came to make cakes. It's literally that simple. Identify what makes you happy and be happy in that life. Make yourself happy in that life. Everyone, I believe, can live the life that they love, and they can love the life that they live. That was my motto a long time ago. I didn't understand it at the time when I said it, but I recognize that my whole life I did steps towards enjoying my life based on what I wanted at every time. It's also about respecting, collaborating, focusing on ourselves, and being whole in wholeness. What that means is that recognizing that you have everything inside you already. You just need to tap into your power, into your gifts, into your strengths, into your things, and use them. Allow them to surface. Because what most people do, they want to be like somebody else, and they struggle to imitate or model people that they believe are happy because they do X, Y, or Z, or because they have a business in that field, or because blah. But we are meant to do our piece. When I understood this, for me, everything changed. Well, many things, but this one in particular, I understood that every single one of us is like a cell in the body. So we are the body, everyone together. Yeah. And we are a cell. So if you're a cell in the liver, you can't do any function of the heart, because you're meant to do functions of the liver. Yeah, if you think, oh, heart is more glamorous or more fun or more money or more blah, it doesn't work. Unless you identify what makes sense for you, where you are. And that makes you happy. And that's my job, to guide people to live authentically, to live what they are meant to live, and feel fulfilled and happy and free. And I also believe that we can have it all. the health, the wealth, the money, the freedom, the happiness, the fulfillment, the love, the respect, the appreciation, everything. Everything is already in us. And our job is to find it. And my job is to guide you until you don't need me or anybody else. Because you can then get directly the messages from the source. That's what I do through sessions and programs. Thank you.